1/3 of King Calaway are with me, Caleb and Simon. So good to have you. How are you?
Great.
Good, yeah.
Happy to be in Germany.
Okay. Well, we are happy to have you here. And I would like to share something with you that I think is going on right now, because I feel like country music is to some extent merging into pop music a bit more, like with the early stages of Taylor Swift. And I'm thinking of last year, Dan and Shay putting out a song with Justin Bieber. And now you're around the corner. Is there a new generation of country coming at us?
I think that's really interesting that you say. I feel like that's the talk of the music world. Like everyone's saying how people are really drawn to the country influences. So I'd say that there's still a huge appreciation and love for like the traditional country sound. But people like Taylor Swift and Dan and Shay are like taking one step into the pop world while keeping their roots. And I think they're doing it in a really, really cool way that's inviting other people into the community, like me, who's not from America, and that's really cool.
It's cool to see the fans kind of embrace both genres, because like fans of Justin Bieber may not necessarily be fans of Dan and Shay, so it's cool to have those collaborations to open it up to all genres and really all the fans.
Yeah, and like creating a bit bigger audience probably as well, right? Now, on your website, it says that your influences are with the Eagles, Rascal Flatts, but also like current music, Billie Eilish and Jonas Brothers. Yeah. How does that show in your music?
With the Jonas Brothers link in particular, I think it shows just, especially if you come to a live show, like we have so much fun. We're not actually brothers, but we feel like brothers. And so I feel like there's some similarities there. And yeah, just like the big choruses, like just saying, I think of like the song Sucker, and I compare that to like Rivers, and just like the chorus being like really drivey and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you just mentioned it feels like brothers. Mm-hmm. Now you're all originally from different places. Like you're from Gibraltar, Jordan's from Scotland, and I think the rest of you is from the States, right? How did you all end up in King Calaway?
We actually had a lot of mutual friends based in Nashville. A guy named Robert Deaton, who's actually Chris's dad, he really pulled us all together, and we got in a band room for like 3 weeks just to see if we could actually be a band and make it work. And we played Love the One You're With, which is actually on our debut album, Rivers, and it felt so natural and so organic. Most people would describe the process as manufactured or something like that, but it felt so organic. It was just like a bunch of friends in a room just playing music, and it instantly clicked, and we went with it, and I feel like it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can hear that it's working when you're listening to your record, right? Now you just mentioned the manufactured part, because I was stalking you on the Instagram, and I was like, okay, manufactured boy band. Like, I think that just proves that you got a good sense of humor. But what is it all about?
We're having so much fun with that. Basically, the first photograph that we put out, like promotional photograph, someone wrote an article saying that we were a manufactured boy band and all this stuff. And at first it really affected us because we felt like, oh, we haven't even put out music. But now, like a year later, after the things we've done, opening for Garth Brooks, playing at the Grand Ole Opry, the album's out, TV, we just have fun with it. Like we were in C2C Berlin, and I think at every show we were like, hey, we're a boy band. And just like, by the end of it, like, who still thinks we're a boy band? And everyone's like, no, not me. And like, we're just having fun with it.
And keep practicing the dancing, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah,
we struggle with that.
Now, you mentioned that you're all based in Nashville now. What is it like for you to live in like the hub of like Music City, basically?
It's really crazy. When we moved to the city, it was like super inspiring. At first you're a little intimidating because like everyone is so great and like so talented at what they do, but it becomes contagious. You just want to be the best you can as a songwriter and a musician and an artist in general. And I think just being around that greatness all the time is just super inspiring.
Yeah, for me it was really fun as well. Like I come from Gibraltar, and there's no street called like Music Circle, right. But then you like go to Nashville and the address is like Music Circle or on Music Row, and you're truly, like you say, in Music City.
Nice one. And you can hear that what I think is unique about you is like this vocal richness that you got, which is of course because you got 6 guys singing also, and you got the harmonies. And I think you can also hear that when you're listening to your current single, World for Two.
Thank you.
Can you share the story behind the song?
Yeah, it's really just, it's about getting away from the everyday life, and it can be so hectic sometimes, just living in today's world, but just kind of escaping that with whether it's a loved one or a friend or your spouse, and just blocking out all the noise and building a world for two.
Now, you just mentioned that there's a first verse that goes, sometimes I think this world's too much, all the hurt, all the hate, all it takes is a human touch. It's so easy to get lost in the light. How do you stay connected and grounded in these days?
I think it's important to keep contact with like old friends as well as the band. So that's a really good piece of advice that we got starting out. It was like, keep contact with your old friends who will never see you as like the guys in King Calaway. You're just like their friends. And with family as well, like being far away from family, just regular contact. I think those are things that really help. Caleb and I both go to church at the weekend, like stuff like that's really good for us.
It's cool when no one cares about you. When you're in the middle of this and you go home and no one cares at all, it's the best.
Exactly.
Who's that guy anyway?
Right. Yeah.
So you mentioned rivers before, and you compared it to soccer.
Yeah.
And I think it's true in that way that I think it's got this great energy. And I read that it's a very important song for you guys. Why?
I think lyrically, it has a lyric in the chorus that says, "I know where we belong. I know where we feel free." And as a band, like going through the whole thing where people are like, "Oh, they're just a manufactured boy band," we really felt a sense of like togetherness and just strength in that. That's like our anthem. And when we're on stage, it's like undeniable. This is where we feel like we belong and where we feel most comfortable. And so I think that's probably why that one stood out most to us on the album.
And there's another song on the album that's called No Matter What. And when I was listening to it, it's like, it just gives you this swing in your step, I feel like. What message are you trying to bring across with that one?
Again, it's really just positivity. When we went about this record, we wanted to cut songs that were positive and made people happy. So no matter what in particular, it's just that you can do anything. And like with the people you love, just go at life right in the face and really just do no matter what it takes. And we feel that when we play it live. It's really like empowering even for us to play every time, because I feel like the crowd gets into it, and it's a fun song.
Yes, we like fun songs. There's one song in the record that's called I Do, and then the last song is called I Did.
I did.
Do they correlate in any way?
No, but the next album is going to have I Will. No, I'm kidding. No, they don't. But we were just like, oh, that's funny, and you're the only person actually who's brought it up. We thought more people would talk about that, but no.
And a funny tidbit is that we were going to add another song to the record called I Don't, and that's no lie. It started I Don't, so there would be I Did, I don't, and I do.
But so I Don't was too negative. It didn't make it.
Yeah. We only want I Do's.
But there's one line in I Do that I want to talk about. It says, "Does the song ever make you miss a green light?" And I was wondering, what is it that makes you lose track of time?
Oh, wow.
That's a good question.
Honestly, doing this stuff with the band, the traveling, you really forget like what day of the week it is, and you don't really know what's a weekend and what's a weekday, because any day could be a working day or any day could be a day off. So I say like just mainly when we're traveling as a band is when you kind of lose track of time. So it's good to find maybe like 15 minutes at the end of the day and just remind yourself what you did, what day of the week it is, and then like
but super. It's easy to just get caught up in it and really miss the great things that we're getting exposed to. I mean, like Garth Brooks and the Grand Ole Opry, like you just fly through all that, and sometimes you don't take a second to take it all in. So it's sometimes nice to have that normality in your life.
Probably also with you having to battle jet lag now, right?
Oh yeah, jet lag's real.
I can imagine that makes it harder even more. I got a little challenge for you, because we were talking about music so much, but can you describe your music using just 3 words?
Well, you're in luck, because a friend of mine asked me to do this. Well, he wasn't a friend, he's someone I met, and I told him I was in a band. He's like, describe your band in 3 words. Wow. I was like, okay. So we settled for dusty, because it's like, there's a video in the desert and stuff. And then anthemic, because I feel like it really can get loads of people singing. And then country. It's got those country roots. It's in Nashville, so yeah.
You got to put that one in there.
Those are my 3.
For sure. And if we take those 3 attributes to you as a band, what would that be?
Dusty. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know. We're unique.
Yeah.
Every time someone meets us, they're like, "Man, we've never dealt with anything like you." Hopefully, in a good way. So, unique.
I'd say we're pretty fun.
Pretty fun. Yeah, unique, fun,
And pretty. No.
And
pretty. Except Jordan.
Can we phone a
Jordan's
friend? What do you
I hope
think?
he's not listening now.
Unique, fun,
Loud,
positive.
Positive. Okay.
We're happy guys.
Good ones, I like that. In Grow Old, you sing, "Oh, we're young, we got miles left on this road, we just begun, we got time to make it home." What are you dreaming of achieving as a band?
There's a really small venue in London called Wembley Stadium, so I would really like to play that with King Calaway.
Yeah.
That's my really like tangible dream that I have, and I think
feel
about
like
that in that song.
We're all just like the sky's the limit. So as long as it takes, and hopefully it's our entire lifetime together, we just want to play music for the rest of our lives.
All right, fingers crossed for Wembley, right?
Yeah, here we go.
So you're in Germany right now, obviously. How is Germany treating you so far?
We're having such a good time.
It's been great.
Yeah. First day we were having bratwursts. We had some beers. It's been great. And what's been really cool is connecting with country music fans in like Europe, but Germany specifically. We were in Berlin and there's people wearing country cowboy hats and just like their boots and like with a real appreciation for country music. So that's really cool.
The people here are like super great. I was telling someone earlier, like you expect fans in America, especially country fans, just to be like crazy and rowdy all the time. But I think it's even more so here. I mean, there's a gentleness, but they love music and they're just so passionate about it. And it's awesome to see as artists that kind of crowd interaction.
So I hope it's a good crazy.
Yeah, the best.
Have you picked up any German expressions so far?
I'm not good with it.
I'm really shy when it comes to speaking.
Like, thanks, but that's about it.
But even that, I feel
like I mess it up.
Yeah. Is it willkommen? That's like a good welcome. And then Jurgen Klopp is my favorite person ever. So that's
why?
Because he's the manager of my team that I support.
Oh, there you go. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's understandable. Did you get to do some sightseeing while you're here? Or are you like...
Not as much this time, but we were actually here in the fall of 2018.
Yeah, we were in Berlin.
And we got to see, we were in Berlin and we got to see a lot of sights. It's just
Checkpoint
beautiful.
Charlie, the Brandenburg Gate, the Reichstag building. Those are like the main things we saw.
Right.
Yeah.
But hopefully more.
Berlin 101.
Yes.
Yeah. You got to do that.
You got to do those.
Now, you're obviously traveling right now. Is that something that you love to do, like besides doing music as a private person as well?
Yeah, it's really cool just to experience different cultures and food. We love food so much. I mean, we need to eat soon. So, but we love just trying different foods and seeing different people and just embracing the local culture.
Yeah, the traveling part's really fun. We actually like live together and we always get like excited the day before and we're like packing and just like here
Christmas,
we go.
Christmas Eve every day.
So do you all live together, or is it just?
No, because the band wouldn't be together.
We'd be broken up by now.
We wouldn't be here right now. We all live together. No, we do us two, and then Chad and Austin share a house, and then Jordan lives on his own, and Chris lives with his wife, which he probably should do.
He should probably do that.
But I think that's good. We have our own space when we're back in Nashville, but then we also get together and we can be creative.
Helps you, keeps you saying, oh my gosh,
Exactly.
I can't talk anymore. Now you just mentioned you've been to Berlin and you played the country festival there. And you got dates planned in the States. Is there any more German dates coming up?
We would love some German dates if anyone's willing to pencil us in. But for now, there's nothing in the calendar yet. But the calendar's, like I said, ready to be painted. And I feel like we want to, wow, should I be all lyrical? Paint it with German colors. We could come and, it would be really cool to come back.
Yes, we would love for you to come back. And hopefully with 6 band members still together because you're all living Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.